How does your diet affect your quality of life? Stay tuned because I'm going to be discussing all things to do with sugar and carbs and how your diet can actually have an impact that maybe you don't even realize it's having. Hello, beautiful community. It is me again. My name is Abby Steele. I am an actress primarily, but last year I set up this gorgeous community space to bring like-minded souls together because my second love and passion is all things wellness, self-development, and spirituality. So if that sounds good to you and that sounds like it's resonating, you are definitely in the right place, and I welcome you very, very warmly. So I've literally just recorded a self-tape, which was all to do with sweating as a woman, which I find really, really fascinating and something that I've not really thought about that much. And it got me thinking that when I was a teenager, I actually did used to have a bit of a problem. It wasn't like BO, it wasn't smelly sweat, but I used to sweat a lot because I was so anxious. And it really got me thinking about the correlation between anxiety, what we're putting into our bodies, what we're putting into our minds, and ultimately what our body signals are doing to let us know when it's really off track or something's not right and we need to address something. And I know when you're going through your teenage years and you're going through puberty and you've got your hormones and everything, which is already a minefield for such a young and developing brain to kind of get your head around, it can leave you feeling very unsure about things and very embarrassed about bodily functions especially. And so what I wanted to share was that I think it's so useful to just have some kind of daily practice where you check in with how your body is feeling. And if you are, for whatever reason, having any kind of symptoms, it doesn't have to be sweat. I'm just using that example because I've just been talking about it. But it could be other things. It could be like hair loss, or it could be just a dull complexion, or bloating, or acne, or anything that is not normal and doesn't feel good for you is what I'm encouraging you to check in with. And if you are experiencing anything that just isn't feeling right or sitting right, obviously talk to your healthcare providers, talk to your doctor if it's something really serious. I am in no ways any kind of medical expert. But something that I like to do is I just like to get curious about things. So if I'm having symptoms, like I've been having hay fever and allergies really badly this year, and I can get a bit stressed about it, which ultimately I feel makes the symptoms worse. But it's also the stories that we tell ourselves, because sometimes when we dwell on something, we see more of it. And this is something that I have noticed with my skin in particular, and identifying myself as somebody who has outbreaks or somebody who has problematic skin. And it's actually, the more we feed into that story and identity, the more we can actually see the symptoms and things happening. So my reason for doing this video is just to remind you to get curious and to sit with how you're feeling. How are you feeling in yourself? And if you're not feeling great, look at the factors around you, look at your environment, look at what you're allowing into your energy field in terms of media, conversations, energy. Are you noticing you're around quite negative, judgmental people? Is that having an effect on you? Because I guarantee it will be on some level. People that complain a lot. And then secondly, what are you eating? What are you putting into your body? Because in my experience, when I was eating a lot of processed foods, high in sugar, high in carbohydrates, I was really not in a good place. My energy was up and down and round all the time. And I was all over the place and I didn't feel good. I had so much inflammation in my body and it was coming out in my skin, in my hair, in my nails. Everything just didn't feel good. And since I've become aware of it and I've taken steps to make change, to implement lasting change, and I've stuck with it because often our symptoms get worse before they get better when we do make good changes. Um, and I just feel like I'm in such a better place right now, and my brain fog is gone, and everything's kind of changed. And again, I just encourage you to be curious, meet yourself with love and compassion. Don't judge yourself or whatever, but just simply becoming aware of things is the quickest way to change them. And with that being said, I'm going to leave it there. But if you would like me to talk more about this, please let me know. Please leave me a comment, drop a like, and and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much and have a gorgeous week ahead.